Hey, what's going on, everyone? My name is Brendan BpugGames. Welcome back to BpugGames, and welcome back to Minecraft Survival Topic. This is the survival series where we pretty much talk about like a different topic every video, and this one, and this time, it's not about killing and pestering sheep. So, yeah, let me just fix the audio in this too. Just, you guys got to tell me in the future ones if it's good and all that stuff, but we should be okay to go here. And I actually did say last episode we were going to build a house up here, and I think we're actually going to get that started this episode now, and it is actually getting nighttime, and I really don't have too much stuff to throw up here, and I really don't think I made a crafting table at all also. So I'm actually going to go down here a little bit closer to the ground, or actually over this way, because it looks like we have some stone over here, and it's getting nighttime, and I'm actually very, very frightened right now because there's mobs and creepers everywhere. Yeah, we're actually going to go up on this mountain right here, and I think that'll be good. But in today's topic, I want to talk to you guys about pretty much like Sasquatches and stuff, and my experiences with that kind of stuff, because, I mean, some people don't believe in it. You know, I guess I'm in the middle with that. You know, you could say, you know, there's a ton of different things, but let's talk about Sasquatches, Bigfoots, whatever you want to do. It all started a few years ago when I started to, I guess, believe in this type of stuff. You know, maybe it is a dude in a costume, maybe it's not. I'm actually going to build my freaking house right here by the dang lava, because there's a pool right there also. And that is, wow, that's actually a good freaking area down there. We got a freaking huge, is that a huge freaking Grand Canyon ravine down there? Oh my gosh, that is insane right there. I actually like that. That is perfect for a house on top of that. So let's just get sorted out up here before we get shot by stuff. But yeah, it all started a few years ago, and, you know, if you believe in Sasquatch or don't believe, you know, like I said, I'm in the middle of this stuff. I just find it very interesting. It's something interesting and new that you can explore, and, you know, it gives you something to think about in a way, which I think is pretty cool. You know, if that exists, and maybe we'll talk about some other ones if you guys like this in the future episodes. But I want you, before this video ends, or, you know, at the end of it, I guess, you know, post a comment down below. Tell me some of your experiences, or, you know, if you believe in all of that, because I find it really interactive and pretty cool to try something like this. So, just going to get some more stone here and carve this out, and actually going to head down in right here. I think it's a good spot. So, it all started a few years ago. I actually used to play paintball a lot, not competitively, but I went down in the woods, shot paintball with my dad and everything, and I did it very, very commonly. Now, if it was a bear or something, I think it would have attacked me or ran away or something. But there was this thing back on its hind legs behind a freaking tree. Pretty much, if you've seen a Sasquatch, you know what it looked like. I didn't have a camera or phone with me, and that's, you know, why every time if I go into a wooded area, you know, I'll freaking do that now, because that's the smart idea, is to bring a phone with you. And I swear, if there's a skeleton or something over here, Becky, please. Let's just get this area lit up right now, Becky. We don't need to deal with this stuff. But yeah, so it was, oh my gosh, that's where they're at. Yeah, there was multiple times and everything when this happened too. Like, we were down in the woods shooting paintball, and it was just standing back there behind this little swamp area, which is just funny because it's like a skunk ape or a swamp ape. And it didn't, you know, I said it didn't really harm us or anything, but it was just the fact that there was this huge freaking thing grizzled with hair back there that was not pretty much doing anything at all, which was the extremely, extremely creepy part about all of it. And that's what made me start to think. And, you know, I didn't have dreams after that about dreaming of, oh my gosh, I went to see a Sasquatch, I went to see a Bigfoot. There's actually some other experiences too when, and this is, it's going to get even crazier now. So, I mean, like I said, you can think that this is probably like an ape man or just some dude in a suit, like I said. But me and my friend were riding dirt bikes this one time, and that day he actually went over this jump to, and these were, be assured, these are like 50cc dirt bikes. These are like the tiny mini bikes and stuff. So they were not the best for hitting jumps or stuff with. It was kind of like just like bay life. We're gonna do this with it. So pretty much he hit this huge freaking jump, and he crashed on his leg. He actually burnt his leg up pretty bad. Well, we're sitting there. This is in the woods. There was actually there's houses nearby, but it was in the woods pretty bad. And it was scary for 12, 13-year-olds down there, to be honest. At that time, it was really definitely something different and interesting. I'm gonna go up here and put this inside now because there's no use of me climbing up here to get this thing. I don't really know why I put it up here in the first place. But it was very weird, and we're sitting there, and I mean, he wasn't crying or anything, surprisingly. I mean, his whole leg was burned up. I think it was just like the adrenaline and everything, but his leg was jacked up. And there's this thing that is like walking out of the woods a few yards away, and it starts like eyeballing us and strafe walking, and it was some, I mean, you can imagine, it's some crazy freaky stuff. Okay, imagine like a freaking hairy thing, huge and tall. I mean, even if it was a bear walking up straight, which I'm telling you, it did not look like a bear, because I would have known if that was a bear or something. This thing was walking up on its hind legs, and like I said, it did look like a human, but this thing was like 7.5 feet tall, and oh man, it was it was something new, to put it that way. I need to go get some more wood out here. I'm actually gonna make can't do that. I need some more wood out here real quick. But it was walking on its hind legs, and like I said, it was some freaky stuff. And well, it starts moving fast towards us, and I'm like, yo, dude, let's get the frick out of here. And I say frick a lot. I really don't swear too much, so get used to my frickin' stuff. So just how it is with me, and I apologize for that, but it's how things happen. So this thing's like, I wouldn't really say, I mean, at the time we thought it was chasing us, but I mean, it was strafe walking and eyeballing us, and we're just running through the dirt with the dirt bikes, trying to go up this hill. And then next thing you know, we get up there, and there's this lady at her house. I mean, now this, be assured, this was not even in her yard at all, okay? Not even in, oh my gosh, there's a zombie. We were pushing our dirt bikes up through this area of grass, which I knew for a fact, because I've lived in this area since, forever. It was not her yard. It was not her property. It was actually still part of where the woods were and everything. And there is a person that did own the woods property that we knew, so that's why we were obviously allowed to ride there, and how we knew that. But she starts flipping at us. She's like, oh, you can't be driving through here. You're going to mess up my grass, all this stuff and everything. And technically, it really wasn't her grass. And now I got a skeleton on me, and I'm going to need some raw mutton right now, just because I need to live. Oh my, oh my, oh my, it's on me. Hey, leave me alone. Leave me alone. But, so we went back down into the woods, and what do you know? The thing is still watching us. Well, oh my god, what the frick? Holy frick, there's mini zombie. Walking down in the woods, and, this thing's behind the trees, watching us the whole time. Next thing you know, a freaking deer runs out in front of us, and, like, almost knocks my friend over. And, yeah, so then we hear this freaking growl, which it was not too pleasant. And we literally dropped our dirt bikes and just ran from there. No joke. We left our dirt bikes down there for literally about 7 or 8 hours. Because this was, like, early in the morning. I think it was around, like, 9 or 10 a.m. we were riding the bikes down there. And, I mean, this was in the summer. It was actually, I mean, it was pretty decently bright out. It wasn't foggy or anything. But yeah, that was another experience that I've had with that, and so on it goes and goes, and then you start to have dreams about this stuff. And I really want to there was this one dream though that was extremely funny, and I do have to add that on to this because I think it's really hilarious. I actually the dirt bikes we had down in the woods, there was a yellow one and a black one, and I was on the yellow one, but I was at my mom's house this time, and I was just riding down in the fields, and this freaking skunk ape SASQUATCH just starts running out and chasing me on a dirt bike in the dream. And what do you know, it's the same one that we saw in the freaking thing. So it was a creepy dream. But ever so after that, I haven't really seen anything for a few years, and here I am. I was like 15, 16 at the time. After that, a few years later, and actually no, this is actually a few years before that, I think. Maybe, I really can't remember this one too well. I might have been a little bit younger, but at my mom's house we have really thick woods. It's like in West Virginia. I mean, we're technically in Pennsylvania, but it is in West Virginia and everything. But there's some really thick woods here, and we went down. It was me, my brother, and this one. I can't remember this guy's name. But we had our BB gun, and we would shoot cans down in the forest. Well, this was it It was really, really thick, and if I had a thing, I'd show you guys. But it was definitely extremely crazy and scary. So we used to call these things hermits. And I have one last thing after this to tell you guys, though, which is it's definitely gonna freak you out. But you know, so the Sasquatches at the time we would call it a hermit and everything. So was definitely unpleasant. But we were down there and we heard this thing like following us. We actually thought it was like a goblin too. We called them goblins. I really don't know why. But we're down there shooting BB guns, and this thing is just straight up watching us again, and it actually ended up chasing us out of the woods. And I always had these dreams after this to where I would be down in the woods near there, and this one was like more so like a black bear type of fur. It was a really darker fur, but it still had some brown in it and everything. So it was definitely creepy. I need to make another axe here while I'm at it too, because that'll really help me out a ton. So let me get that. Please do not be a skeleton. We're gonna make another one of these. We're gonna make another axe here. Well, these dreams I had with that were extremely freaky too, because you know, it's a forest. Well, in my dreams it would be like a jungle, and I would go so far in, and then there would be this thing at the bottom of a quarry, because there's a quarry down there. And so, I mean, you can imagine how big a quarry is and stuff, you know, just if you've played Modern Warfare 2 or you know what a quarry is, they're definitely pretty big. So it's in the quarry, it would chase me out of the woods, and that was it. But the last story I have for you is me and my friend Jonathan back at his house a few years ago too. This is when we were probably around, I think I was around 14 at this time. Like I said, I really don't remember the age I was in these. We were actually in his woods, and there was this tree house, and you know, same thing with hermit and stuff. There was this steel pipe, and you know, it could have been some wild homeless person living in the woods or something. Now, this really wasn't, you know, a full-furred Sasquatch type of thing. It was some freaky stuff. It was like a dang Smeagol, to put it that way. And well, this thing ended up chasing us out of the woods, and there was actually some pit bulls too. So there was like pit bulls and stuff, and it was definitely very scary at the time, because we ran up the hill, and then there was like these wild loose pit bulls, and we had to jump over this little we used to call it a canyon, but it wasn't really a canyon. I mean, it was just a very deep narrow ditch and everything. Well, we jumped over it. My friend fell in it and twisted his ankle. So I mean, you can imagine these pit bulls barking at the top of this hill and this thing following us, and it was pretty scary. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this topic though right here, and I thought it was pretty interesting. If you did, tell me down below in the comments. If you have any suggested topics you would like to talk about in the next videos or anything, tell me down below. I find these are very entertaining with the Minecraft videos, and hopefully you're looking forward to more. I really enjoyed you guys watching this. If you did, and thanks for watching, share it with your friends if you enjoyed also, and subscribe for more. I do tons of content. I'm going to be trying to do stuff daily. I try so hard to get it done, and it's very hard with my work hours and everything. But like I said, I really appreciate you guys for watching. I'll see you in the next episode, and thanks for watching, guys. Peace.